important. My hands are the lane lines, just like driving down a highway. His body are the lane lines. When I let one hand cross over, this becomes a big, big issue. Priority right now is getting my hands back down the middle. I want to keep his body between my hands. The minute my hand goes over, we got big problems. So here's the deal. If my hand gets committed, let's say he takes my hand before I can move it and he places it right here. What is the immediate priority right now? Get my hand back. I've got to strip this grip off and get my hand back to the other side, because this is the only way I keep him pinned between my shoulders. I got to keep his body between my ears and between my shoulders, right here. I cannot let him push this hand over and start to climb up my back. This is called giving your back away. I would sooner right here, if you cannot beat this, I would much sooner right here you take the mount to save what? To save him getting your back. Priorities start to change a little bit once you've gotten beat on your grips. Priorities then switch to position. Okay? If I get here and he's beating me in my first priority of work, which is my what? Grips. Hand gets extended over here. He's starting to show that his priority now, he's won the grips. His priority is to take my what? My priority is not get my position taken too bad. If there's only one way for me to stop this, if I know I'm fixing to get beat, I'd much rather be in the mount than to have him get my back. So my priorities evolve and change, okay? So, as you work this, keep him between the arms. Do not allow your hand to cross over to one side, to where both hands are on the side like this. This is real bad. We got to start working to get our grips back, start stripping. Now the question here becomes also, as a passer, when do we know to go? So let's say I've beaten him here, my priorities, I've controlled his hands, I've gotten to my standing position, and guys, one of the most effective ways to stand is to take their arms and pin them to their chest, just like this right here, and stand off of it. But when I stand, I don't stand like this. This is not how I stand. I lock my elbows out, I get super exaggerated. It's almost cartoonishly exaggerated how high I want to be looking. Okay? I can show you some of these kids, pictures some of these kids who I've really been screaming at for years about getting their chin up and their head up, and it's cartoonish how high they look. Okay? But the higher the head goes, the less a chance for the sway back to come in, where my back digs. And that cuts out triangles, cuts out arm bars. Those things are gone. So if I stand up off of his hands and off of my grips, if for just a second, boom, I've pinned his hands down. Now I can pop up. Now I can start to gather. Can I go ahead and not worry about priorities of grips too much and start to advance? Yeah. Absolutely I can now. Now I've broken his guard and he's settled into a guard structure and he still has my hand. Or he's reached up to counter this and grab my collar. Next thing I have to do is strip. Next thing I got to do is do what? Starts with an A, I just told you. Strip and advance. Now I'm advancing. If he reaches underneath and gets an underhook. Now I want to deal with this grip, because now I can start to move forward and advance. If he gets a hold of my leg right here, starts going under my leg, I might be able to pin it and go over the top of it. Now I can do what? Advance. Okay? Rip or strip and advance. Rip or strip and advance. Do not get in a habit of, he grabs, ripping and stripping and then just sitting there and admiring your work. Yeah, it's great, gorgeous. You did a whole lot of good for absolutely jack. So when you do this, strip, get up and make an advancement. You get up, even if you just get up to one knee and he grabs your collar. Well, now we can go here. Maybe we can stand up the rest of the way. And now we can start to work foot to knee like we're supposed to. There's the leg drag. Now I can get rid of this grip. Now I can start to come around. Now this one on the leg's a problem. Strip it off and go around. We're constantly dealing with grips. Okay? Remove his grips, quite simply. Remove his grips, replace them with your own, and do what? Starts with an A. Advance. Apply that principle right now. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.